So I'm going to move on to our financial transparency. And this is a practice that Los Angeles Performance Practice has put into place with all of our programming across the board. If you attended our festival recently, you would have seen this hanging in the lobby. So we always like to be really transparent about where is this money coming from? Where is this money coming from? So R&D is actually funded by a grant from the California Arts Council, their statewide and regional network program. So we were awarded $37,500 for all of our programs for artists. That also includes staffing to support this, operations, and communications. So the project, and I just put a little factoid here about CAC's funding cycle. So this year it was actually their largest funding cycle in the history of the California Arts Council. Very exciting because they had received some support for youth development programs. And I'm not saying, but I am saying our regranting is maybe tied to California Arts Council. So announcement coming soon. Very exciting. R&D for Parents and Guardians is actually funded by the Sustainable Arts Foundation. And that was a $4,000 grant that was specifically funding the parent and guardian residencies. And that is a couple that runs that foundation, and it was inspired by the couple of the husband's dad, who was a parent artist. And so they really wanted to continue that support, seeing how much the dad, the father, flourished with support as a parent guardian artist. And so they're very focused, very specific on the funding that they support. So those are our two main funding sources. I also will say this California Arts Council money also supports all our additional LAPP programs for artists. And so that includes free advice, accelerator, and any workshop offerings that we have. So we do a lot with the little. Also, even further with our budget, you can see here the allocations for this specific pot of money. You'll see that out of the California Arts Council award, R&D is the largest budget. So that's really taking into account both offerings of R&D, both branches. And as you can see here, the budget for artist stipends, or the money that goes to artists, and also the project budget accounts for over half of the budget, $13,312. And again, the project budgets include collaborator fees, the venue rentals, everything we just talked about. So anything you can submit for. The direct admin expenses include things like photography, video, again, that documentation we were talking about, advertising to make sure you all were here today with us, making sure you knew this was happening. And of course, snacks. You know, we got to live with those snacks. We have to have our snacks for the Catalyst groups, okay? So just wanted to name that. We do have to pay our wonderful staff to do the program, so that's also in here as well. And you can see here the childcare for R&D parents and guardians.